If we think about model-based work instructions, it's really the transition from paper-based documents to, let's say, digitally native or digitally first documents that incorporate 3D models. Specifically in this conversation, we think when we say model, we're really referring to the 3D model to create interactive documents that really leverage the engineering data, design data to enable those who are executing work instructions. If we think about this paradigm shift, there's a step in between where we create documents that are 8.5 by 11 and then read them on a screen. But of course, that's maybe digital, but it's not really taking advantage of what's possible with model-based and digital work instructions. We think of model-based work instructions as being consumed digitally through a PC or tablet and actually allowing the person on the front line who's consuming them to interact with that work instruction, whether it's being able to rotate a model, interrogate things and understand them better, watch a video, or even have a closed loop feedback conversation with the authors of that work instruction and gather data and really make that an interactive experience. That's what we think about with a model-based work instruction. But back to the MBX theme, MBX initiative. So this graphic comes from ATS Global, and where does model-based work instructions fall within all of this? Well, if we look, MBSE, first of all, is model-based systems engineering. And then we have model-based design, which overlaps with both MBSE and MBE, which is model-based enterprise. So following the red arrows here, we have mechanical design, which falls under MBSE. That mechanical design falls into MBD. So there's specific initiatives that dictate what's required for model-based definition, and I will go into it. Once you take that model-based definition, you can utilize it in technical documentation, and then you can extend that technical documentation to your digital factory. So that's kind of the thread of where model-based work instruction touch MBX initiatives. And taking a look at MBD, this is really where I would say a lot of the enablement comes in, is when you have all your engineering processes based around models and you have good product definition practices and all that to enable you to take advantage of model-based work instructions. So for those who haven't heard MBD, maybe there's some, I will say, I'll tell you the definition and then I'll tell you what I hear on words on the street. So MBD really dictates that the 3D model is the source of truth, and that 3D model is defined with PMI data, which is product manufacturing information. The fact that I have is I asked this question maybe 100 times. I don't know. Mike hears me ask this question a lot, and the vast majority of people ask me what is PMI. So I know that it's not widely widely used yet, though it is certainly used in some industries and companies. But PMI is governed by ASME standards largely, so cited there in the subtext. So ASME Y 14.47 and 14.41, which also are mentioned in mill standards. So also affecting, let's say, DoD engineering efforts as well, and the standards that we are rising to meet. So the PMI information, if you can squint your eyes a little bit here, this is an example of a model with PMI information in Envision, which Canvas Envision is our tool for generating model-based work instructions. So it really governs that the 3D model coming from engineering, not the 2D drawing, dictates the source of truth. So the best example is if there's a conflict between the 2D drawing and the 3D model, it's the 3D model that rules. So if I say it's 12 inches on my drawing and 10 inches in my model, the model is actually the one that is the source of truth. So that's an interesting fact. And when you do go to model-based work instructions, you know, that modeling, the definition of features in PMI happens once. and then you can leverage that in your model-based work instructions. So that's kind of an interesting um, opportunity when you fully adopt NBD. And it also enables things like using CAM for fabrication, so computer-aided machining and leveraging the model as a source of truth. So that's some interesting things. And then briefly, I'll just define MBE and MBSE. So MBE is refers to really the organization using digital methodologies to enable products for the full life cycle. So also leveraging the model as the central business object, the 3D model. And then MBSE is really the systems approach to modeling systems to enable design, analysis, V&V, simulation for the full life cycle, and largely uses SysML, which is a dialect of UML, and tools like Cameo and Magic Draw to model whole systems and simulate those 3D models before they're ever in production to verify that they meet certain requirements. So that's our quick overview of MBX, just